So let's find the HCF, that is highest common factor. As you are familiar, in the previous exercise we were finding out factors, okay, prime factors of one number. But now they will be giving you two numbers and you have to find out what are the factors and compare in those factors who is the highest number. Okay, that is why it's termed as highest common factor. The common factor that you find of both the numbers, which is the highest number. Okay, so let's start. So if I write 25, this is one method, the horizontal method. So what are the factors that help me multiply and get a product 25? 5 into 5. Which are the factors when multiplied give me 40? You can say 5 8s are. Now before I write 8, try and simplify. 8 can be written as 4 2s are. Again 4 can be written as 2 2s are into 2. So when I multiply 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8, I get 8. That is 8. Okay, this thing multiplies to form 8 and 8 5s are 40. So instead of making many steps, I have asked myself, okay, 8, how do I write? 4 2s are. Again, how do I write 4? 2 into 2. So there are 3 2s that multiply themselves to give me 8. Okay, now circle the common factors. Anything else that is common? Nothing. So the HCF is 5. Is that clear? So this is how you find the HCF by horizontal method. Let's see the same numbers in a vertical method. So what we should do is we should draw a vertical line for one number. So now imagine there are two numbers, so you draw two vertical lines. Put them into different columns. Now here, what do you write? You write one table that helps me divide both the numbers. So I know that ending number is 5 and I can use divisibility test of 5. So 5 5s are 25. 5, sorry, I think this is 40. 5 8s are 40. Next, I know that there is no table that will help me divide both these numbers. Okay, so I will stop here. So my HCF is the number on the left, that is 5. So these are two methods. You please check which method you find easier. I would always prefer you using something like the vertical method. It's easier. Okay, let's go with the second sum. Let's take the second sum. Is 56 and 32. I'll stress on using the vertical method so that you find this easier. So now we know the ending numbers are 0, 2, 4, 6 or 8. So I can use the table 2. So if I use 2, 2 2s are 4. Okay, and I have a remainder of 1. So I'll write the remainder in blue. So what it becomes? 1 and 6 is 16. So that is 2 8s are 16. Now similarly the same 2 you can use to divide this also. 2 1s are 2. Remainder 1. So 1 and 2 is 12. 2 6s are 12. Again the ending number are 0, 2, 4, 6 or 8. So I know it's divisible by 2. So I'll use the table 2 again. 2 1s are 2. No remainder. 2 4s are 8. 2 8s are 16. Again I can use 2. 2 7s are 14. 2 4s are 8. Now I know 7 and 4 there is no common table to divide. So I will stop. And the HCF is all the numbers on the left. That is 2 into 2 into 2. That is 8. So the answer, what is the highest common factor of these two numbers? 8. Let's go to the third sum. That is 40, 60 and 75. Write all the three numbers. Okay, horizontal line. I can see that the numbers, all the three numbers, they are units place. The numbers in the unit place are ending with 0 or 5. So I can take the table of 5. 5 8s are 40. 5 1s are 5. I get a remainder of 1. That is 5 2s are 10. Again here 5 1s are 5. Carry 2. 5 5s are 25. So basically I am using this 5 to divide all three. Okay. Now find out a table that divides all these three numbers again. Okay, you might say miss 3, but 3 goes in 12 and 15. Okay, or 3 divides 12 and 15, but 3 doesn't divide 8. So there is no table that you can divide all 3. Or 2 divides 8 and 12, but doesn't divide 15. So you stop here. So what is, So there is no other number that can divide this the three numbers together. So remember that even if two numbers are getting divided by one number, you cannot take that number. It has to be dividing, that number here has to divide all three. So therefore, what is the HCF of these sums? Is 5. So what is the highest common factor of 40, 60 and 75? 5. Let's go to the next sum. So let's take the sixth sum, that is 105 and 154. So again write it in the vertical format. Now if the ending numbers are not 0 or 5, so I cannot take 5. Similarly, they are not 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, so I cannot take the table of 2. Let's try with 3. Okay, so what is the rule for 3? That you add all the digits. So 5 plus 1 is 6 here. Okay, and 5 plus 1, 6 plus 4, 10. So no, both the numbers will not go in the table of 3. Try the next prime, 7. Okay, let's check with 7. Okay, 7 ones are 7, 8, 9, 10. I'll have a remainder 3, 7 5 are 35. Yes, this goes in 7. Let's see here before writing it here. 7 2s are 14, carry 1. 7 2s are 14, yeah. I can use the table 7. So I'll write 7 ones are 7, carry 3, that is 35. 7 5s are 35. 7 2s are 14, carry 1. 7 2s are 14. Now is there any other number that that can divide both 15 and 22? Do you think? No. So the HCF of 105 and 154 is 7. Okay, so let's check the next sum, the seventh sum, or rather I could take a little difficult one, the 10th sum. Say 7 7 7 3 1 5 and 5 8 8. So let's write it vertically. A horizontal line. Now ask yourself, can I take the table of 2? No, I can't. Can I try with table of 3? 7 3s are 21. Here I get 21. Write it with a pencil. Find the addition of the digits. 3 plus 1 4, 4 plus 5 9, 5 plus 8 13, 13 plus 8 is 21. So all the three numbers on adding, I am getting them to be multiples of 3. So I can use the table of 3. So let's start. 3 2s are 6. I have a remainder 1. 3 5s are 15. Remainder 2. 3 9s are 27. 3 1s are 3. I have taught you there's no remainder, but there's 1. You cannot take it as 15. What do you write? 3 zeros are 0. Then you can read it as 15. 3 5s are 15. Again, 3 1s are 3. Carry 2. 3 7s are 21. 3 8s are 24. 3 9s are 27. Carry 1. And then 3 6s are 18. Now again find one table that will help me divide all three of them. Let's see if we can use the table 3 again. Now 5 plus 2 is 7 and 7 plus 9 is 16. So 16 doesn't go in the table of 3. So this I cannot use the table of 3. Why? Because even if I am using for the other two, it's not going to be of any help to me. I have to find a number that will help me divide all three. I cannot use 2. Why? Because I have 5 here and 9 here. So I cannot use 5 because there is only 5 in one number. There is no 5 or 0 in the other two. So what am I left with? The next prime number is 7. Let's try with 7. Okay, try saying your table. 7 1s are 7, 7 2s are 14, 7 3s are 21, 7 4s are 28. So if I take 7 3s are 21, I'll have a remainder of 4. So that will become 49. Okay. So let's see if it goes in table of 7. 7 4s are 28. So I cannot choose 7 4s. I have to choose 7 3s are 21. So if I have 21, I will get a remainder of 4. Okay. So that 4 and 9 becomes 49. So I can use this number to divide. This number does get divided by 7. Let's check here. 7 1s are 7. I'll have remainder 3. So 35. 7 5s are 35. Yes, even this number is dividing by 7. Now let's see with 196. 7 2s are 14. and what is the remainder? 5. 7 8s are 56. So I can use a table 7. So let's see. 7 3s are 21, carry 4, 7 7s are 49. 7 1s are 7, carry 3, 7 5s are 35. 7 2s are 14, carry 5, 7 8s are 56. Now you know 37 is prime and the others are not. So obviously there will be no other number that will divide all the three. So you stop and you write HCF of 777, 315, 588 is 3 multiplied by 7. So these numbers have to be multiplied. Okay, that is 21. So what is the HCF of the three numbers? 21.